Pam Bondi sat at the view table Friday morning, impeccably dressed in a navy suit, her blonde hair perfectly styled. The former Florida Attorney General and current nominee for U.S. Attorney General had been invited to discuss her confirmation process and vision for the Justice Department. For the first 20 minutes, the conversation had been surprisingly substantive. Questions about criminal justice reform, her priorities for the department, and her legal philosophy. Whoopi had introduced her professionally. She said, "Please welcome Pam Bondi, nominee for United States Attorney General." "Pam, thank you for joining us during what must be a busy time preparing for your confirmation." Bondi smiled confidently. She said, "Thank you for having me, Whoopi. I believe it's important to speak directly to the American people about my vision for equal justice under law." The early questions were tough, but fair. Sarah Haynes asked about sentencing reform. Alyssa Farah Griffin pressed on civil rights enforcement. Even Sunny Hostin, despite clear skepticism, kept her questions focused on legal precedent and policy positions. Bondi handled each query with practiced ease, citing case law, discussing her record in Florida, and articulating clear positions on various justice issues. She was proving why she'd been chosen: smart, prepared, and unflappable. Then Joy Behar leaned forward. She'd been unusually quiet, but something had been building behind her eyes. The previous day, Robert De Niro had been on the show, delivering a blistering attack on Trump and anyone who supported him. Joy had loved every minute of it. Joy said, "Pam, yesterday we had Robert De Niro here. A true American patriot. He said anyone still supporting Trump after everything is either stupid or complicit. Which one are you?" The studio temperature plummeted. The other hosts looked uncomfortable. This wasn't a policy question. Bondi's smile tightened but didn't disappear. She said, "I'm neither, Joy. I'm a lawyer who believes in the Constitution and wants to serve my country. Mr. De Niro is entitled to his opinion, but..." "Opinion?" Joy interrupted. "He was stating facts. Trump's a convicted felon. He tried to overthrow democracy. And you want to be his attorney general? How do you sleep at night?" The audience stirred. Some applauded Joy's directness. Others seemed uncomfortable with the personal attack. Bondi straightened in her chair. She said, "I sleep fine, knowing I've dedicated my career to law enforcement and protecting victims. As for Mr. De Niro, he's an actor reading lines. I deal in facts and law." Joy's face reddened. She said, "Reading lines?" He was speaking truth to power. Something you clearly know nothing about, since you're just another Trump lackey willing to destroy democracy for power. That crossed a line. Bondi's composed facade cracked. She said coolly, "Destroy democracy? Joy, I've spent decades prosecuting criminals, protecting children from predators, fighting the opioid crisis. What exactly have you done for democracy besides sitting in that chair complaining?" The host shifted uncomfortably. This was escalating fast. Sunny tried to intervene. She said, "Let's keep this professional." "Professional?" Bondi laughed. "She just called me stupid or complicit based on an actor's rant. Where's the professionalism in that?" Joy doubled down. She said, "De Niro is a legend who stands up for what's right. You're just another blonde Trump spokesperson who'll say anything for proximity to power. The difference is clear." Bondi stood up abruptly, her composure finally breaking. She said, "Another blonde? Really? So we're adding sexism to your attacks now? How very feminist of you, Joy." Whoopi tried to restore order. She said, "Ladies, please." "No," Bondi cut her off. "I've had enough. Joy wants to quote De Niro? Let's talk about De Niro. A man who's played tough guys on screen, but has never prosecuted a single criminal. Never protected a single victim. Never served anyone but himself." She walked around the table, her heels clicking sharply on the floor. "You elevate him as a patriot because he shares your hatred. But hatred isn't patriotism. Screaming obscenities about Trump isn't courage. It's just an old man having a tantrum that you mistake for wisdom because you agree with it." Joy stood too, pointing at her. She said, "How dare you attack Robert De Niro? He's done more for this country than you ever will." "Done what?" Bondi shot back. "Made movies? Pretended to be tough? Given profanity-laced speeches to friendly audiences? That's not service, Joy. That's performance art." The audience was completely divided now, some cheering Bondi's pushback, others booing her attacks on De Niro. Alyssa tried to calm things. She said, "I think we should focus on policy." Bondi spun on her. She said, "Policy? Joy just reduced my entire career to being another blonde Trump spokesperson. She's parroting an actor's opinion as gospel. This isn't about policy anymore. It's about their contempt for anyone who doesn't join their resistance theater. Sarah Haynes said weakly. Pam, please sit down. Why? Bondi demanded. So I can continue being insulted by someone who thinks Robert De Niro's opinion matters more than a career prosecutor's? So Joy can keep calling me stupid or complicit while hiding behind celebrity endorsements. She turned back to Joy, her anger now fully unleashed. You know what's really destroying democracy, Joy? People like you. Dividing Americans into good and evil based on politics. Elevating actors' opinions over experts. Creating such toxicity that qualified people won't serve because they don't want to deal with your hate. Joy shouted, You're not qualified. You're a Trump enabler. And you're a washed-up comedian who thinks nastiness equals intelligence. Bondi fired back. At least I've actually done something with my life besides sit in a chair judging others. The shouting match was now in full swing. Joy yelled, De Niro was right. You're either stupid or complicit, and looking at you, I'm guessing both. That was the final straw. Bondi's professional veneer completely shattered. She said, You want to know what's stupid, Joy? Worshipping celebrities who play pretend for a living. Thinking Hollywood opinions matter more than legal expertise. Believing that screaming fascist makes you a freedom fighter instead of just another bitter elitist. She addressed the audience directly. This is what they do. If you don't genuflect to their celebrity gods, you're stupid. If you serve in government while Republican, you're complicit. They've created a religion where Robert De Niro is the prophet, and anyone who disagrees is a heretic. Sonny stood up. She said, You're being disrespectful. I'm being disrespectful? Bondi laughed incredulously. Joy just called me stupid and complicit because an actor doesn't like my politics. Where's your outrage about that disrespect? She walked closer to Joy, who stood her ground defiantly. You hide behind De Niro because you can't make arguments yourself. You need celebrities to validate your hatred. You're not a political commentator. You're a celebrity worship leader disguising fangirling as political insight. Joy's face was purple. She said, Get out. Security. Of course. Bondi shouted. Can't handle pushback, so remove the guest. The View's solution to everything. Silence anyone who won't bow to your celebrity pantheon. Security started moving toward the stage. Bondi saw them and raised her voice even more. America, watch this. A former attorney general being removed for defending herself against attacks based on an actor's opinion. This is their democracy. Agree with Hollywood or be silenced. Whoopi stood up. She said, You need to leave now. Why? Bondi demanded. Because I won't accept being called stupid by someone who thinks memorizing jokes makes her intelligent. Because I won't pretend Robert De Niro's tantrums are profound political discourse. As security got closer, she delivered rapid-fire truth bombs. Joy Behar would rather trust an actor who played a gangster than a woman who actually prosecuted them. She thinks reading cue cards for decades makes her qualified to judge legal expertise. She mistakes celebrity worship for political sophistication. Joy screamed, You're pathetic. No, Bondi shot back. What's pathetic is needing Robert De Niro to make your arguments for you. What's pathetic is calling accomplished women stupid because they don't worship at your celebrity altar. What's pathetic is you, Joy. The audience was in chaos, shouting, arguing, some trying to rush the stage. As security reached her, Bondi delivered her final salvo. You said I went too far? I haven't gone far enough. You've spent years using this platform to destroy people who disagree with you, hiding behind celebrities and calling it journalism. Well, someone finally fought back, and you can't handle it. She looked directly at Joy one last time. De Niro is an actor. I'm a prosecutor. He pretends to fight crime. I actually did it. He plays tough guys. I put real ones in prison. The fact that you value his opinion over mine shows exactly what's wrong with liberal elitism. As they escorted her off, she yelled, Keep worshiping celebrities, Joy. Keep mistaking fame for wisdom. Keep proving that The View cares more about Hollywood opinions than actual expertise. America sees right through you. The door slammed. The studio was in absolute pandemonium. They cut to commercial immediately. When they returned, Joy looked shaken but tried to spin it. She said, Well, that display shows exactly why she's unfit to be Attorney General. The temperament. but the damage was done. The audience was still agitated, some openly arguing with the host's characterization. Within minutes, #BondiDestroysJoy was trending #1 worldwide. The video exploded across social media. Conservatives celebrated her for finally pushing back against celebrity worship in politics. Even some moderates expressed discomfort with Joy using De Niro's opinion as a litmus test. Bondi posted a video from her car. Just got kicked off The View for refusing to accept that Robert De Niro's opinion determines my qualifications. This is the problem with our discourse. Celebrities are treated as prophets while actual experts are dismissed. I won't apologize for defending my record against actor worship disguised as political commentary. The response was massive. Legal professionals defended Bondi's qualifications regardless of politics. Many pointed out the absurdity of valuing an actor's political rant over a prosecutor's expertise. De Niro himself weighed in, calling Bondi another Trump stooge who can't handle truth. This only reinforced her point about celebrity political influence. At her confirmation hearing days later, a senator asked about the incident. Bondi responded calmly, "I regret losing my temper, but I won't apologize for defending my professional record against attacks based on an entertainer's opinion. The American people deserve an attorney general chosen for legal expertise, not Hollywood approval ratings." She was confirmed largely along party lines, but several Democrats privately admitted Joy's attack had been counterproductive. The incident became a cultural touchstone about celebrity influence in politics. Joy faced backlash for the blonde Trump spokesperson comment and for elevating De Niro's opinion over professional qualifications. Months later, at a legal conference, Bondi reflected, "That moment crystallized something important. We've reached a point where celebrity opinions are treated as holy writ, while actual expertise is dismissed if it comes with the wrong politics. That's not healthy for democracy, whether you're liberal or conservative." The revolution wasn't in the shouting match. It was in exposing how celebrity worship had replaced actual political discourse. It was in showing that fame doesn't equal wisdom, and acting doesn't equal expertise. It was in proving that sometimes, pushing back against the celebrity political complex requires going too far. Because when actors' opinions determine who's qualified for office, we've already gone too far in the wrong direction. And someone had to say it, even if it meant getting kicked off The View. Especially then.